We are back for episode 97 of the Auld Triangle podcast. As always, Andy Stevenson, Caoilte Barra, join me, Ian O'Neill, to talk all the latest in Irish mixed martial arts. We've got a big week for the Auld Triangle this week. Obviously, Brian Manning joining us on this episode ahead of his big Oktagon debut this weekend. And we have another special episode, which we'll be releasing separate from this, with obviously Danny McCormack, who recently announced her retirement. So if you haven't checked that out yet, definitely head on over and check that out on the SevereMMA YouTube channel, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts or listen to your podcasts. It's definitely worth checking it out for sure. The boys are here a day earlier. Let's break the fourth wall, boys. We're here a day earlier than we thought. A bit of mixture of communication on when we were recording this, but the boys.
What was your experience like the last 10 minutes, Ian?
When I thought I was late, when I logged in at 1 minute past 11, and I came in and nobody was in the studio already, I was like, something's not adding up here. And that's when I started flying messages over to you. I was like, boys, are you ready to go? I was kind of like, my hope was like, yeah, logging in a few minutes. So at least you're at home. It could have been a hell of a lot worse.
A bit like Dana White on the post-fight bonuses. I was like, I don't have that information in front of me. Yeah. Well, are we supposed to be recording right now? Do you know what this really is? I mean, because Caoilte, you can, I think you're on my side in this one, but I mean, like, you were under the impression it was tomorrow. I think Ian has infiltrated the WhatsApp servers purely to get an edge ahead of us so that we can't do prep for this draft.
No prep for the draft. I'm looking for champ status here. He's going into 2026. But yeah, as you said, Andy, it is draft. It's draft season. We did the 2025 draft. We talked it through on the last podcast. We say we're coming in again to do it in the 2026. Pretty much the same as what we did the last time. Just going to pick fighters. The rules are, I believe, and you can correct me, Andy, if I'm wrong, would be one keeper from last year. We would have at least one female fighter, one amateur fighter, and we cannot pick the same fighter that is fighting out of a particular gym. So, we can only have one Team KF. We can only have one SBG Ireland. We can only have one this, that, and the other. It's tough in its own right, boys. I don't know. Sure, will I throw a rabbit in the hat here and say it's open season for gyms?
No.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh, keep it spicy.
That's because Burnley dropped the 2 points late on there.
I'm in very bad form since the 90th minute.
What about match two? So we're doing. Okay, so we've got one. We're doing one keeper, one female, one amateur, and how many total are we picking?
Well, in fantasy football, right? And if you're talking soccer, you can't have more than two players. I think, isn't it, from a particular team?
I think I like that. A little bit more flexibility.
Yeah. It also helps in the lack of prep as well, if we're being honest.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, but
listen, you won't get. You might not get professionalism from us. You might not get, a well-oiled, prepared podcast, but you'll get the real shit. We'll always give you the real shit.
Honesty.
That's a fact.
Oh, before we get into it, I know sometimes we can start the episode like just talking about general life shit and stuff. You had the whole car scratching epidemic over your vacation. Fantastic story. You're still laughing about it. Listening back to it. I was in minus 47 this week over here. Absolutely chronic
Jesus
cold.
Christ, your pubes would fall off with that.
It surely would, yeah. It surely would. But yeah, that's chronic cold. I think Toronto or some places around here are going to be the coldest place on earth over next. We're in a real cold snap too. It always happens, but it's cold that you can't really describe, to be honest. You're out in it for 5 minutes and then you got to get back inside. But just wanted to get that out there. Just wanted to complain a little bit about how cold it is. I know when me and Shawnee always podcast, he's like, it's like he's out in the shed and he's like, it's fucking freezing here. It's like minus one. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I never give him any sympathy. Yeah. I never give him any sympathy though. I'm like, yeah, Shawnee, it's like minus 20 over here now. So, but right, are we newsing or are we drafting first?
Fuck it, let's draft.
Let's draft. Let's go for the draft first. We'll bring in Brian Manning interview, depending on how long this takes, and then we'll talk about a couple of great fights that were announced.
Should we lose? Because this could go off the rails pretty quick here.
I think we do news.
Right.
I think we do news, and I think we do.
I follow Ian's leader. I follow the
news, interview, draft. Here we go. This is all conversations that we probably should have been having before the podcast, but here we go. News, lots of good fights announced. Obviously, for the big Cage Warriors 200 card, that card is coming around so quickly. It's very, very exciting now, starting to take shape, something serious. And we had lots and lots of great fights announced. Andy, you must have been delighted. A couple of really good domestic fights announced for the card, and I'll throw it straight over to you. We'll go through which one stands out to you. What one, when you seen it, you went, "Whoa, I can't wait for that fight."
Alexander O'Sullivan versus Scott Harvey. That's an absolute banger. Two lads who are, we've seen them compete a number of times now on Cage Warriors. They both look really good. I would say, I know, like, from chatting to Scott when he was doing interviews with us after, like, he's really trying to push to get to that next level. He's not young, and to be fair, neither is Alexander O'Sullivan. So, like, they kind of will probably want to start pushing on now and looking to be getting in the mix to where the likes of Solomon Simon are around the title contention level. But like, tough fight for both lads. Like, both looking really good, two finishers. And you've got a bit of Dublin versus Dublin / Belfast. But yeah, looking forward to that, an absolute banger. So it's tough. One of them's got to lose, and it's going to derail them. But this is what we've been calling for. So. Yeah, very high level fight.
That's the thing, Caoilte, isn't it? I mean, it's a shame that one of the boys has to lose, but we are in this predicament, and it's a good predicament from us watching from the outside in to be in, where we got a lot of these good up and coming Irish fighters, in the same divisions as well. So it was inevitable that a clash like this was going to happen.
It was completely, and I'm glad to see it. I think we're going to see more of it because with the amount of lads going pro at the same time at the moment, lads that are coming up, lads who are currently like these two, similar record and same division, bound to happen. And, it really decides who the best of the best is in Ireland and who will push on next towards the title, and then who has to go back to the drawing board and just recuperate. But I love it. I think it's probably going to be, it has all the potential to be fight of the night, and probably one that'll have the crowd. That's the thing with these fights. The crowd really gets behind them because you've got two opposing set of supporters going back and forth. We saw it at the last event. We're going to see it a bit at this event too. It's just brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, as do I. Got a couple of fights that we'll talk about as well, Andy. Obviously, middleweight title on the line. Dario Belendi, Paddy McCurry will go at it in what's now labelled as, on Tapology at least, as the co-main event of the night. Under Solomon Simon versus Nick Bagley. This is a good fight. I think it's a fight that needed to happen for Paddy. Obviously after the disappointment of Dana White's Contender Series, bouncing back from that, this is the only fight that kind of makes sense for McCurry now, and one that I'm sure he's well up for, and a good challenge here with Belandi as well. But I'm excited to see these guys throw down, and I know Paddy will be eager to get that gold wrapped around his waist. How do you kind of see this fight playing out? Are you excited for this one? It can be I think, as all Paddy McCurry fights do, have potential to be a real banger here, right?
Yeah, it's a brilliant fight. I mean, Belandi hasn't lost since 2020. He suffered a loss against Will Curry on that night and has gone on a great tear since then, obviously winning the title against Mick Stanton. He's defended it twice successfully. So, this is the bona fide champion in Cage Warriors. I don't know if it is the co-main event or not. I remember seeing, I believe Cage Warriors were putting out kind of little teasers as to speculate who will be the main event between the two. But my God, like, a huge fight for Paddy McCurry, obviously returning to Cage Warriors, as you mentioned. And I feel like McCurry has the makings of a superstar. They could have something on their hands there with him. Now he needs to go and deliver the performances. And I think that there's a real opportunity for him here to really establish himself as obviously the champion, but also getting back to finishing ways, because I feel like he's looked very dominant and very polished and very clean and high level in his most recent fights, but there's just been that little extra gear that's been missing, maybe, where he's been holding back. That fight where he had against the Israeli fighter Shiki Faraj, where it seemed like he could have got him out of there a couple of times in the fight, and either was a little bit gun shy or hesitant to really, go for the finish. Albeit, and again, these are very much minor critiques here, but when you see him then go to Contender Series and the kind of the same pattern, this is his opportunity now to start getting back to the finishing ways, putting lads away like we know he can. We've seen him do it with big flying knees. We've seen him do it with big, clean submissions. And if he can go in here and stop Dario Belandi, that is a humongous. If he can beat him, let alone to become the champion, it's a big statement. But if he can go in and stop him here, it could be off to the races. And it's a very much a strong way of getting his name back into the minds of the UFC matchmakers, especially when albeit the Contender Series was a great win, but it didn't result in him getting a UFC contract.
Indeed, yeah, nice breakdown there, Andy. Caoilte, the GTA selector, is back as well. He faces a tough enough task in Daniel Pellegrino, 10-5. And you think, 2026 for Jer is going to be a year that he really needs to make steps forward in, trying to get that title shot. And I think a win here over Pellegrino is going to be a big step forward into being able to achieve that status. And, very excited to see how he builds upon his last performance as well, and seems to have a rock solid mindset. And I think this is a good fight for him too.
It is, yeah. Like, he's got a lot of momentum now after that last win over Johnny Tuma. Like, Johnny Tuma's a very, very legit opponent. He went out there and finished him within 3 minutes. Now, this is, I think, of the similar type of standard of fight. Like, Tanyo's had some pretty decent wins as record. I know he just beaten Moshe Aladi, who's very good and very good fighter in his own right, and he's fought some good guys, So it's gonna be tough. It's on that right trajectory in terms of the, I guess, difficulty of opponents. He's not just getting lads who he's gonna run through like we sometimes see in Cage Warriors. So a win here is, it's a statement win. That's 2 in a row then, and he can start making that claim for pushing for title contention.
Indeed. Someone I was very glad to see making his Cage Warriors debut, Andy, and was originally announced to take on Matthias Figlak. Unfortunately, Figlak got injured, and now Andreas Binder is now coming in to take on Giacomo Michaelis. And, I think this is a great move for Andreas at this stage of his career. He's achieved a lot. He's won that LFL title. He's gone over to the Ultimate Fighter. Has had some difficulties, in making weight and stuff like that too. But I think falling in under the Cage Warrior ranks and taking on Michaelis here is a good challenge for him. It's the perfect kind of restart for Andreas's career, and I think under the guidance of Ian Dean as well, I think can get some really good matchups here to try and build upon the success he's already had. Still only 10-2 in his career as well. So that's a really good record, and he'll be looking to build. Yeah, like he'll be able to build upon that. I feel very well in the yellow gloves.
We absolutely. I mean, I drafted Andreas Binder last year on my team. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. When he can make weight, when he can get to the cage, he's brilliant. And he's an absolute finisher. He carries tremendous power. He's very clearly being used or positioned. Use is the wrong word. Positioned here by Ian Dean and Cage Warriors. To go in here and have an opportunity to immediately jump into the mix at the top of the welterweight division, a very clustered, fragmented, stacked Cage Warriors welterweight division. But when you're being initially matched with Matthias Figlak, he's cream of the crop, or towards the top at least when you're talking about that division. But then that fight falls through, and now you're getting Giacomo Michaelis, who I think is 5-0 under the Cage Warriors banner. He's kind of maybe the unsung contender there, who could easily be fighting for a Cage Warriors title given his run with the promotion. So there's a big opportunity here for Andreas, and I feel like I'm beating the same drum, but he's kind of he's getting the spot where probably the other contenders should be there. It should be probably Giacomo Michaelis going in there against an Adam Darby or a Leon Hill or a Figlak or an Anthony Orozco, etc. But I think that, like as you've laid out, Andreas Binder has won titles in LFL. He's been on The Ultimate Fighter. He's a quality operator. So as far as a level of opposition, this is a really strong test for Giacomo Michelis as he looks to go towards the title. And I think it's also a brilliant opportunity for Binder to be back fighting in Irish soil, because obviously he's been competing abroad under the LFL banner and in Tough, etc. the last while. So a brilliant opportunity to reset. And if you can go in and win here, there's a lot of big fights. He's not managed by Graham Boyle, and he's under our good pal Paul Fogarty in one hit management. So
legend.
I don't think there'll be any issues with getting him matched up with the rest of the division. So it could be a very interesting time, a very interesting year for Andreas Binder if you can overcome Michelis.
Yeah, very well said. I think I want to rattle through a few more here, because there's been some fantastic announcements. Caoilte, the next one for you is SevereMMA Amateur of the Year, Alex Keogh, making his professional debut against Taylor Sullivan. And one that I'm really, really looking forward to seeing as well. I mean, the tests that Alex have had have been good tests, but ones that he's passed with flying colours. Like, I mean, he's been running through opponents like hot knife through butter. And he comes in here against Taylor Sullivan, who I have to hold my hand up. I don't know too much about him. I'm not sure if you do either, but I think, the story of this fight is definitely, a really, really top amateur prospect making his professional debut. And I'm really glad that it's under the lights of Cage Warriors. And it's what a moment for him as well. You're making your pro debut, you're making your Cage Warriors debut, and you're doing it on Cage Warriors 200. I think it really fits the type of fighter that Alex Keogh is, and I'm excited to see him get kicked off in his professional debut.
Yeah, like the way you put it there, just the fact that it's on Cage Warriors 200 for his debut. He's currently one of the top prospects in Ireland coming from the amateur ranks, like we've seen over the years with the likes of Max Lally, Conor McCarthy, and we're always so excited to see those type of lads make it into Cage Warriors. We get to see him just begin his career and just go from there. And he does that on such a massive stage. Opponent, I'm not going to lie, I'm the same as you, Ian, haven't a clue. He's got a couple of wins. I think he's 1-0 as a pro, if I saw correctly. And it's a good start. It's not, we see some other debuts that might be that are very, very different to the type of ones he's getting here. So it's going to be a tough fight. But if he lives up to the hype and he performs the way he's been doing all along his amateur career, this is going to be a very exciting moment to see him in the cage.
Indeed. Well, I had to ask you about this one, Andy. I've been holding it off for you. Lewis Byrne coming in here to take on Dylan Logan, another mouth-watering domestic clash here. And, obviously Dylan, he'd been trying to keep active in 2025, had injuries, had an unfortunate mishap with his weight, and had fighters pull out. I think this is a good move for him coming over to Cage Warriors as well, trying to get that more regular kind of fight time, I guess, regular action, I think. And his good test here with Lewis Byrne, obviously out of Team Rhino. I'm really excited to see this one.
Yeah, I mean, Lewis Byrne, he's looked phenomenal the last couple of years, and for him to get his opportunity on Cage Warriors is great. But I suppose for both lads, I feel like Logan, being pretty blunt here, he's probably been given the Damien McKenna treatment here, where it's like they probably are bringing Lewis Byrne in here with a view to build him. But it's a great opportunity for Dylan Logan, where, you're going in here, Cage Warriors 200 on an Irish card we've seen, and he's put on some great performances in the 3 Arena back in the Bellator days as well. Dylan Logan's a very experienced fighter. He's been back training and competing pretty consistently after, a number of years off. I was chatting to him recently, and he was kind of saying how, he's a different, the vibe I got is he's a more professional fighter than he was back when he had that Bellator run. So it's going to be very interesting. Like, it's a very tough test for, if they are bringing in Lewis Byrne with a view to build him, it's a tough test for Byrne coming in here. But likewise, Dylan Logan will have to be on his A game here against Lewis Byrne, who's looked brilliant. He's been fighting over in Denmark, I think, and is it the MMA Gala, the same one that Caoilte was on? Had a couple of great performances there. So this is an Irish domestic scrap where I'd say it's less a case of with Alexander Sullivan and Scott Harvey. You're thinking, shit, like, as much as I love Irish and Irish violence, one of these is going to suffer a setback where a win can really put them strongly in the division. The other will take a setback. I think obviously Logan he's been fighting for a long time, but he's kind of restarting his career again. So I don't think the wins and losses matter as much for either Byrne or Logan right now in their career. It's just a case of getting the activity and getting the streaks going and going from there. So yeah, it's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, at the risk of going through absolutely every single fight, Caoilte, I'll show a few more on. Adam Darby is back against Dubois. We have Hill versus Pereira, not Alex Pereira and Jamal Hill. It's Leon Hill coming back to build upon his massive win at the last Dublin show as well. Gary Rooney in action as well. I think he takes. Is that Sam Creasy's brother?
Tom Creasy, is it?
Tom Creasy, yeah.
So, yeah. Very good fight.
Really good fight.
Beat Ryan Curtis.
I think, the winner of that really gets propelled. Like, I think probably if win this one fight maybe and then a title shot, I would be saying for both of these guys, but it'd be very interesting. Out of all of those, I mean, look at Rooney and Creasy is a fantastic fight. Share your thoughts on the rest of the fights there. Darby in action along with Leon Hill as well. Before
I get started, if the winner of that, if Ger Harris wins, I'd like to see the winner of both fights fight each other next. I think that would be a brilliant one. But other fights, look, Adam Darby, always good to watch. Absolutely clinical, just so well rounded. The way he's polished off his game, he's clinical when he goes in there. You see he uses all his tools that are available to him. The elbows, I absolutely love that he's been showcasing recently. That using the range and everything. Brilliant. So good to see him back in there. And then Hill, who's against Aldo Pereira, isn't it? Who I believe he fought, I actually don't have it up front of me, he fought Anthony Roscoe in the last Cage Warriors Dublin, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Tough opponent, very tough opponent. Maybe not the level you'd expect to have if you want to push towards title shot next, if I'm being completely blunt about it, but still a tough opposition. But I'd kind of be expecting Leon Hill to run through him after the performances we've seen from him recently.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, that Cage Warriors card is absolutely stacking up, and then a couple of more fights to be added onto that too. I mean, nothing for Conor McCarthy yet, nothing for Max Lally yet, and I'm sure that will be announced over the next week. I'd say maybe this week. Maybe some fights will be already announced by the time this podcast comes out, but I'm sure we'll talk about them again. A couple of other good fights. I know you were saying Clan Wars announced a couple of good fights there. I see Shea Leatham is coming on making his or is it pro debut for Shea?
It is, yeah.
I think so,
yeah. Pro debut for Shea, and I know that they announced a lot of really, really good fights there during the week, Andy, to kind of kick off their calendar for 2026. I know you're saying McCartan and Henry was announced there as well at a flyweight pro fight. So like I said, lots of these amateur fighters coming over to the professional ranks now, and we're seeing a couple of guys that we've been watching at amateur the last couple of years now making that move in 2026.
Yeah, I like the Keane McCartan versus Aaron Henry is a banger. Like I just think that those two lads are going to go in there and beat the head off each other. There's no real technical breakdown needed here. They're all action. It's flyweight, or I'm assuming it's flyweight anyway. They both usually compete at flyweight. I didn't actually check the poster. Yeah, let me have 1 second here. Flyweight pro, yeah. Henry, I can't remember what show it was in the UK. I think he ended up losing the fight. It was an amateur fight, but it was one of the most entertaining fights I'd watched in a long, long time. And Keane McCartan, the scrambles, Keane McCartan's, I feel like he's already fought the who's who at flyweight in Ireland and abroad, obviously competing in the IMAFs as well. So really high level fight for Clan Wars. Wouldn't hate if they stuck a little pro title on that, to be honest with you. Flyweight pro title. I think the two lads would be more than worthy of it. That's the one that I'm earmarking and we'll be tuning in for.
100%. Feast of fights there, lads, and I'm sure we'll have some more to talk about before the next episode. But I think it's a great fight coming up at Oktagon as well, with the debut of Brian Manning. Obviously, Brian was scheduled to make his debut, I believe it was last year, at an Oktagon card, but unfortunately got an injury there. So we're very excited. I know Oktagon are very excited to see him coming in at 5-0. He takes on Daniel Schwindt. is what I want to say. Hopefully I get that right. Excuse me if I didn't. And that's on that upcoming Oktagon card this coming weekend. Let's head on over and see what Brian Manning had to say about that fight, his debut, and lots more as well.
Almost 30 years ago, Ray Houghton went over to Stuttgart and broke opposition hearts and gave Irish joy. And this Saturday night, another proud Irishman travels back to Germany, back to Stuttgart, to make his Oktagon debut, with 100%. A view to lift the Irish spirits and get a big win. Brian Manning, thanks for joining the show.
Brilliant. And how about 30 years ago, I was born. I'm 30 now, 1995, destined. I'm destined for it. Lamb chop goes to Stuttgart.
Brian, how are you getting on? How are you feeling a week
I'm
out?
Good. I'm good, man. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm feeling great. I have to put a big camp in. I'm feeling, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to kill a man. Do you know what I mean? I'm ready to push Schwindt away and silence the Stuttgart arena.
Yeah, well, look, we had you on about it a year ago, I think it was. You went on a brilliant tear, obviously on the regional scene, fighting down in Cork a lot. Some great walkouts, some brilliant wins, loads of finishes. And you get your big opportunity. You sign with Oktagon. Obviously, you were supposed to make your debut already by now, but unfortunately, it was an injury, right? That sidelines you.
Yeah.
How was that? I guess.
Yeah, that was a bollocks. And firstly, September, I had the birth of my child, the clash the same weekend. It was unfortunate. But third time lucky, you know. And Lukaku, as opposed to face Lukaku, he got lucky too from a fair slagging, didn't he? But that fell through over the thumb. And the thumb recovered brilliantly, man. It's back to, it's 100%. You know what I mean? It's like, I genuinely heal like Wolverine. I swear to God, I just healed quick. It was back. I never stopped training. And I was back using my thumb within 3 or 4 weeks, which is nearly unheard of. You know what I mean? Usually takes months for these things. I had a pin into my bone. I had 2 pins into my bone and my thumb. Do you know? So
what actually happened? What caused the injury?
So I was training, and it was like I went. Do you know? I'll be honest. I love putting fellas down body shots. In sparring, we touch away to the head, but I'm always going hard to the body. You know. And next thing, I hit an elbow, and it was full of whack, and just the bone here broke, and it just broke in a kind of odd place. And the bone there's a part of the fragment of the bone kind of moved, so I had to stick it back in with a pin. It was an awkward break. It was a very unlucky break, but that's why I needed pins in my hand.
And we're all good now. Good. It's
all good now. 100% now. Back to it, man. And this happened, right? This happened. What was it? 2 weeks out last time, and now I'm done my training. Everything's primed. I've one session left in the pads. God bless. Jesus Christ, nothing goes wrong, and I won't. All right, and I won't. And that's my last session, and then the rest of the week is just chilling out, making weight, you know. So I'm there, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Was it frustrating when it happened, or you mentioned there, obviously, you know, the birth of your child? Like it must have been.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was frustrating, but was it a blessing in disguise that you ended up getting a bit of time to spend with family? And
yeah, it was, and I really got to know my daughter and stuff and all that. So because obviously I was training for when she was in the process of pregnancy, you know. So I was mad at my camp. I was back and forth and stuff, and then with the injury, it gave me time to sit out and build a relationship and build a nice bond with her, which is a beautiful thing also. But now it's back to work time, and obviously I'll be taking a break and fucking I'll be going away for a while, but I'll be back. And I think it's a blessing in disguise as well for myself, because, right, honest, this is no word of a lie now, right? My thumb is broken. I knew it was broken. And I went up to get an X-ray. I'm getting an X-ray here now, and I am dying to fight. And I tell you now, I actually was hitting pads with the broken thumb, right? So I was still hitting pads, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, look, it seems all right. I'll be able to do a job. So I get the X-ray, and if he says it's broken, he's going to, you know, put whatever on it, not a cast, or they put a strap thing on it, you know. If that was the case and I knew it was broken, I was going to fight anyway, and then look after it after the fight. But when I got the X-ray, the bone was, the way it moved out of place, I had to get surgery immediately. So I was cut. But it was a blessing in disguise, because I probably would have went over, fought with the broken thumb, gave a bad account to myself, and then if I said, oh, my thumb is broken, I'd look like a bitch with excuses, you know. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise that I can be fully fit 100% and give it my all for my debut.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I meant to say that congratulations, of course, on the birthday of your child. Great to hear that you got a bit of time there.
Thank you.
What you're saying there around, you know, going out and maybe if you're going in compromising and not giving a good account of yourself, I think it is a blessing in disguise here, because I think
definitely.
you're going in here at a really opportune time into Oktagon, where you've got another Irishman and Will Fleury, who's a double champion. You bring an entertaining style, obviously, inside the cage, but the walkouts and all that stuff, it seems to me, we've talked about it, it's almost like a match made in heaven. How did you end up, how did the relationship or the signing with Oktagon end up coming about it in the end? What was it that drew you to Oktagon?
Just through my manager, man. He had a vision that what was right for me, and he was bang on. He hit the nail on the head. Oktagon is the place for me. It's a circus at times, and I'm the biggest clown there is. So I think Oktagon's the right move, and it was inspired by Jack Maguire also. He obviously has a stint at Oktagon. He got a contract. He made a massive star in Oktagon, Rosal. I know the fight was a rough old fight, but he caught him in the end, and that's what kind of led me going towards Oktagon. And I know they do all these media things, the pressers, and they do these mad walkouts, and they supply your needs if you need some things for walkouts. All that's all suited to me, and I could be built into the next Irish superstar here. You know, that's my plan. Like, and I don't just talk and I don't just walk out like that, but I can fucking fight, man. And I hit like a truck. You know, so I have a time here now to make a big statement and a big impact, and could change my whole career, could change my life potentially.
Do you feel like it's a step up in competition? You know, you've obviously been putting lads away in the regional scene. Do you feel like this is the step up now that you need?
I'm going to slap his baldy head around the place. That's what I'm going to do, right? Egghead, boom. I'm going to Stockton slap that motherfucker, yeah? I think it is a step up in a regard. He has 7 knockouts and he has a submission. I have 4 knockouts and 1 submission. Definitely is a step up. Be my toughest fight, but man, I can read him like a book, you know. There's no way everyone can swing punches. They're all big. If we all get caught with it, we're all going to hurt each other, you know. But I'm too cute for that shit. I have a good guard, and I'll technically break him down and pull him apart. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear the head off him, and he won't have a clue what to do. He'll be like a child in there. I'll be jabbing the nose off him, hitting him with monster right hands, kicking the calf off him, and he won't be able to do jack shit. And he thinks he can blitz with me. Like, he's a big fella, and he swings. But if you swing at me, I know one of these middleweights, these lanky middleweights who's no power on the way in. If you blitz at me, I'm going to ping you on the way in. Be like McGregor Aldo shit, you know, so I'm levels above him. There is other fellas. I think the Oktagon and Cage Warriors, you look at that top 10 middleweights, it's a different planet altogether with the level. You've Jocko and NG and the rest of them up the top, and this fella Shep. There's a few good fighters up there, like, you know, and that's my aim, to be up there in the next year. I'll be calling out the top 10 after this performance. Watch. I'll be the top of
Am I right in saying this is going to be your first fight outside of Ireland?
Yeah, first fight outside of Ireland. Yeah, it will be.
Are you looking forward to it, or like? Because that's a new experience in itself, like going over, making the way abroad. You know, it's just different.
I love it.
Are you looking forward to it?
I'm buzzing for it. People ask me, am I nervous? I'm not a shred of nerves, but not a shred of nerves. I know I might look like I'm trying to be Mr. Tough Guy, but I literally love this shit. And like the walk, like it's when I'm walking out, when I get my fancy walk out and this and that, it's like I feel like I'm meant to be there. And I don't feel, I might feel nerves some bits here and there, like before fights or whatever, and maybe a week leading up or on the way to the arena. But once I'm there, gone. So I love it, man, and I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait.
Let's talk about your walkouts. You said there, you know, once you're in the walkout, is it almost like, you know, each time it seems like you're coming out as a different character as you walk out to the cage?
Yeah.
Is there a flip that switches in your head, or like once the whatever the lights or the latest music or the costume or and I'm sure you've got something big planned for this one, especially given the stage that it's on.
Yeah.
Like, does it feel like you're going into like a different character almost, or a different mindset, or no?
It feels like I play a different character for the walk or whatever, but like for me, it feels like it feels like, I know the old cliche saying, but it does feel like I'm free. You know, and if I feel like when I'm in the spotlight, I feel like pressure makes me perform better. You know, when it's all eyes on me and the spotlight's on me, something does change in my mindset. But before, it was like at the start of my career, it was all on the walkout. It's kind of you're tensed up and you're, pumped up, and that works against you. But now it's like you see me going there. I do my breath work. I'm calm and cool. I'm just like, this is just a fight, and it's what I'm supposed to do. And I perform best under pressure.
You seem like the type of person that would thrive off being the away fighter. When you're like this guy, he trains in Stuttgart, he's from there, he's going to be, the home crowd is more or less going to be for him.
Yeah. It'd be for me in the end. I can't do that.
If you're walking out there with booze or people giving you, do you feel like that's the type of energy that you would thrive off?
I'll be all that. Yeah. I'll be all that. That's how I feed off the energy, the booze and the crowd. Because like, I kind of, no matter where I am, it's like I love the attention of the whole fucking thing. If I'm going to be honest, you know. So I thrive on it. I thrive on the pressure of the booze, the pressure of anything, chairs, booze, doesn't matter. You know, like it sets the stage for me. And I've done it in plenty backyards before, so I'll do it again.
Does the fact that he's actually not made it out the second round, does that help you play into? You've done 3 rounds as an amateur. You know what it's like. You can. I know it's not 5 minutes, but the fact that someone here has not actually made it past second round before, do you think that could play into your advantage the later this fight goes on?
I think so, definitely. And if you watch his last fight, right? No, never mind the Sheppo fight. If you watch, I don't know, did you keep up to date and he saw his fights? But he had a fight with Bartel. It's like a very small middleweight. I think his name is Bartel. I could be wrong. But it was the fight before last, and he actually should have been battered. He should have been on the floor wiping him. But your man was so fucking tired as well, because as I said, he blitzes the Schwindt fella blitzes, and your man caught him with a left hook in the way and dropped him, and he did headbutt the fucking cage. And after that, your man he didn't have it in it to finish him, and then Schwindt and the reversing him and finishing him. And this is round 2, I think. And the boys could have been, it was round 2. And the boys were gassed. So with me, it's a whole different ball game. I'm in their face the whole time. Do you know, I'm in their face, and I've a serious engine on me. I'm all go to the final bell. And I know at pro level, I've practically done 10 minutes maybe. Sean Kelly fight was about 9 minutes, so I finished him around that mark. But I like the work I do. As I said before, my training footage and my training videos, I get wrecked tired in training, so I don't have to be wrecked tired in the cage. So 3 rounds is not a bother to me.
Your confidence is fairly infectious, Brian. Were you always a confident lad growing up, or is it more confidence through preparation? Or, you know, you seem to. Yeah. We talked to a few fighters, and you know the art of the training camp. It's tough. It's grueling. You know, I think a lot of people, maybe whether they like to admit it or not, might not enjoy that process. And you know, people, like you said, they get nervous and everything like that. You seem to like really cherish everything, and the confidence and happiness that you have when you're talking about fighting, when you're talking about competing. Where does all that come from?
I'd say it all comes from, I wasn't always this confident or this happy. I think what I found in my life, right, especially from like my past experiences, I think I found my happiness. Do you get me? I found my happiness in MMA. And that's why I have a spark in me. That's why I thrive in it. So, like, from this game has changed my life, and it's about to change my life even more so. You know, like, I have a real chance of making it here. And that's why I think, like, all these, like, and through experiences, through all these interviews, through fighting, winning fights, through speaking, talking shit in front of the people, all that stuff, that's what builds my confidence. Because I look to step out from the pack. And that's what will change our mindset. Everyone else does the same old shit. Brian. So I think, like, from finding MMA, mainly from finding this sport, man, has turned me into a different person, a different man.
You said MMA makes you happy. Why does MMA make you happy?
Man, fighting, competition, bro. Competition, winning. Do you know what I mean? That competitive edge, that competitive nature. There's no better feeling, right? I've done many drugs in the past, right? And there's no drug like getting a big knockout, a big win, lifting it belt up in the air in front of your people. There's no fucking drug like that. And that's why I love it. That's a man. And that's what I love. So I've watched my fights before, right? I've watched back, and a big thing that I love is I'd slow down and I'd look at the reaction of the crowd, the reaction of people. And they're like, do you know, I love giving people an unbelievable show. It's one of the best feelings you can do, man. And I think I found this game because I was put here for a reason, because I'm a born entertainer, right? And a born fighter too at that. So how about that?
You left the speeches there for a few seconds.
That was like a Shakespeare fucking poem, wasn't
it? Well, speaking of Shakespeare, speaking of language, I saw a post from your manager, Barry Callahan. You brushing up in your German, are you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to say, like ready to kill or fucking some mad shit like that, or are you ready to die? So I just want to get into that kind of genre. That's the only kind of stuff I want to say, right?
Are they
But
doing a
it's just-
press conference for this one?
There's a full press conference, so I'll be on the prelim press conference. There's 5 hours. Imagine that, main event Manning to prelim Manning, boys, huh? But look, on the top of the prelim, so the featured prelim bout, if you want to say it. And it's going to be the talk of the show. Like the rest of them, they're all the same old shit. They're all, good luck, face off, fucking whatever, you know. I'm going to get in the face off at the press conference. The walk is going to be insane.
I'd assume someone like you would relish the opportunity to grab a mic at a press conference.
I can't wait, man. You should see me. You see me in the post-fight, interviews, you know. So it's going to be the same here. I'm going to grab this opportunity with both hands, you know. So not many, like there's no one doing press conferences except for the UFC. There's PFL kind of cage warriors don't do any of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to relish these opportunities, and yeah,
We've
bring it
seen. Go on ahead, Ian.
You know, obviously you're saying you want to kind of achieve star status, and you know we've been following the journey of Will Fleury in Oktagon. When you've seen the relationship that Will and Oktagon has developed, and you know how that's progressed his stardom. Now, you know, a lot of it down to Will. You know, it's a kind of a give and take relationship there, right? Does that kind of make you excited? And was that why, you know, was there other offers on the table? Like, is that why it made you pick Oktagon? You wanted to be on the big European scene there, right?
100%. Will and Frimpong and Jack Maguire, and there's other fellas there, and you know, I seen the recognition they're getting, and I think I have a chance here to be even bigger than Will, to be honest. Maybe I'll go for the triple champ status. Might go welterweight. I won't go heavyweight though. I'll go welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight. You know, because I balloon up. I could get as far as 98, 99 kilo. You know, so I could even cut weight to get the light heavyweight. So I could definitely do light heavy, and I could do welter, middleweight. So potentially. So look, the first thing is to get the belt, get the middleweight belt. Now, whoever has it, I can give a fuck. But that's the plan, get the middleweight belt. And superstardom. But over that, obviously, like as fighters, we want to make and we want to get something back out of it. We want to get paid. But like, I'm destined to be a world champion, and I'm extremely hungry to be a world champion. Do you know? I want to get to the UFC, and as I said, I want to get there, and I want to be up in the top 10 competing. I don't want to get there and no disrespect to like Kiefer and Rise and all these lads, they got there, but they were out after 2 or 3 fights, you know. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant to be, and that's not what I'm aiming for. So,
like, yeah, it's obviously the overall goal is to kind of work your way up the rankings, get to the UFC eventually. How
100%. But who knows? I'm gonna my plan is, of course, I want to Oktagon, I want to go to UFC, I want to do all these things in MMA. Who knows where I go? Man? If there's Jake Paul boxing going on in 2 or 3 years down the line, maybe I entertain that, or Darren Till, or whoever the fuck. If there's all these things going on, but the main goal is world champion, whether it's Oktagon, UFC. And I'm going to have a stint at Oktagon. Who knows, I could have a great 4-5 win streak. We could renegotiate a contract and we could be onto something else, something bigger again. So Will seems to be happy staying there. Frimpong seems to be happy staying there. And I'm delighted I got a contract there. And who knows, I could be there a couple of years.
Yeah, I think like the options for lads like yourself to get to the UFC, obviously you're going your path in Oktagon, and it's definitely a route to the UFC. We've seen Oktagon fighters move over there. The other obvious one is the Cage Warriors one as well. Like we would see like another fellow middleweight like Paddy McCurry who's rising up through and fighting and going on there.
Fucking long string of piss.
You're not a fan?
Nah, not a fan at all. I just a few messages he put up before, and then a few messages back and forth, and we never really squashed. Me and John O'Neill are good now, but me and him aren't really eye to eye. But yeah, like, who's he fighting now? Belandi or Bellend or whatever he's called. Fucking, do that fella there, man. Sure, I'm the Cage Warriors champ, boys. I'm the Cage Warriors champ, you know what I mean? I took, your man fought the Bellendi, whatever he's called. He took longer, and he had to grab a hold of him, dive for the legs like a bitch. He took longer to do that than it took me to spark Daniel Carlson. I made Daniel Carlson look like a little schoolgirl inside the cage in 90 seconds, so if you want to do the MMA match, I'm the Cage Warriors champ. But yeah, I don't have any plans. I don't have any plans for Cage Warriors, no. I have my set plans now, Oktagon for now, and we'll see after that.
Yeah.
What you're talking about, wanting to get, ideally getting to the UFC and staying there and having success.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think a fighter needs to do when they're building themselves up? Obviously, you've got on your run on the regional scene. You're now going to the European scene.
Yeah.
Is it a case of building up a record and getting finishes? Is it a case of fighting specific opponents so that you've now faced that level of competition? How do you approach your career?
That's a good way to build it. You could start off with a good fucking approach to your career. Like, but then I took some dangerous fellas. Like your man there, Delmar Silva was no joke. You know, 60 or 16 pro fights. I only had 2. And then especially Danny Carlson was rated like 4-2, and then he fought, or 4-3 or something. But then he fought your man Nicolay from SBG at 4-2 for, and he took him a long three rounds. Like, and I like people, or even yourself, where you were saying this is a big test for Manning, his toughest fight of the career. But man, that was one of my easiest fights to date. You know, and I finished him in fucking great fashion. So I think building a record, but you must get the highlight reels. You know, any other fella building up could have went 3 rounds with fucking Carlson, or like, they're not going to do it. You need to get the highlights, you need to get finishes, and you need to stand out, separate yourself from the pack. You need to talk some shit, basically. You know what I mean? You need to talk in the cage, you need to talk outside the cage, and I think that's the best way to get looked at. You know,
it is. And look, there was a lot of people following you and looking at you as you were coming up to the stage that you're at right now. And being able to do it on a domestic scene, Brian, is not something that every fighter has the opportunity to do it. And I'm looking in particular at Elite FC. You know, you fought a lot of your fights there in the build-up.
Yes.
You know what? How can you stress the importance of having those kind of shows there, and especially what the lads at Elite are doing? Like, you know, it's so important, and we talk about it on the podcast time and time again, is that we wish that there was more, but it's not feasible, you know, for other people to put on those shows. So, you know, we're sitting here hoping for the success of Elite, and they provided you. That's okay. They provided you the platform, obviously, to get to where you are as well. I think, you know, it's an important thing to have on the domestic scene, isn't it?
Yeah, a very important thing. Do you know, like to keep those shows down in the south, and like build fighters like myself, build other fighters, and because there's no shows going on down the south, bar Elite FC, and it's the best way to build a career and get a fella to get signed and looked at by these other bigger promotions. You know, so I think it is very important to keep those shows going, and it's a good way to build other fighters up, because there's other fighters coming after me, and they need to be built up. They're going to make their pro debuts, and the best way to do it is in your own region. Yeah,
I was going to ask you that. Who, anyone that you're working with now, training with now, who would you be telling us to have eyes on?
Eyes on is Liam McGeough, do you know? But like, he got caught on his last one, but I think he'll be back. He'll bounce back all right, and he's 1-1 now, and he's only young as well. He's only 25, maybe 28, something like that. So he's the one to keep eyes on. And obviously with Jack Maguire, man. Jack Maguire's fighting on Ostrava. He's fighting. And what I might do, I'm telling you now, boys, right? So I might go in there, I might mince baldy up quick, right? Boom, like that. I might get in the mic, I say, Ostrava, 2 weeks, me and Jack Maguire, let's go.
Brian, you spoke there about just competing on the like being able to compete in your region, and being in Cork, Elite has allowed you to compete regionally very often. And the fact, like you're speaking about the wanting to go to the UFC, do you feel like you've had pressure to compete often since the beginning of your career? Now that, which is bizarre to say, now that you're 30, UFC they tend to look for young, undefeated, and usually once you hit the 30 mark, that starts to decline slightly. Did you feel that pressure from the beginning?
For me, I don't think like that at all. I don't even think I've peaked yet. You know, I'm 30 years of age, just a fresh 30. I don't think I've even hit my prime yet. Like, you look at Tom Aspinall, he was saying the same thing. He's 32 and he doesn't think he's peaked. And then you look, I come from a boxing background, and then you look at like the likes of Pereira, right? You look at him. He comes in at 35. He becomes double champ at 37 years of age. He hits his prime. He hits his peak, the best phase of his career ever at 37 years of age. So none of that stuff ever bothers me. I think when you start late, you've less miles in the clock, so your body's able to go longer, especially if you're a bigger man. Like all these heavyweights, you see them go to their 40, DC and even Jones was 38, or like Alexander Usyk, 38 years of age. So none of that stuff. I know the UFC looks for like younger fellas in their 20s, but when I see a fella like me coming up, right, and they see me knocking fellas left, right and centre, they see me walking out like fucking Joker and with a chainsaw and this and that, they're going to be like, I don't give a fuck what age he is, sign him up.
I guess that's the importance of having that unique factor as well.
Yeah, you need that like 100%. And like people think, man, the 30s old, like Jesus Christ. You're young. It's mainly an older man's game. You know what I mean? No one, when you see these fellas and they come up and they're 23, 24, 25 hitting pro, but they haven't matured yet. They're not mentally there yet, you know? The big occasion gets to them. So it's really an older man's sport. And as I say, I'm a fresh 30. I'm in my prime and I'm looking fine.
How do you think a 24-year-old, 25-year-old Brian would have handled the situations that you've been in, I guess?
I think shit, to be honest. I think shit, man. When I was 23 or 24, I was a fucking retard. I was out acting a bollocks and at parties, and I wasn't mentally there at all. So if I put myself there in these positions where I am now, I probably would have. I probably would have folded. I don't know, but I still had great potential. I remember when I was always training when I was younger. And like in my 20s and stuff, well, I was more focused on fucking partying and acting the bollocks and getting into trouble. But I knew that I was athletic, you know. I knew I could always throw a punch from many street fights and this and that. So if I put my mind to it, who knows? I could have more time, but I think I'm a lot more mature now. I'm not more mentally stronger than I would have been in my early 20s, you know.
Brian, you know, we do like giving an old nickname on the Owl Triangle. I know me and
the Mad Dog Manning was last by, wasn't it?
What do you think? Is it the Mad Dog Manning? Is it the Lamb? What do you think?
It's fucking. Do you know? I know another thing that fighters always do is they stick to the same name, man. Do you know, there's no one else out there. I don't even think in the fucking world that has a different name every fight. So see this arm was standing out from the pack. Like I've Mike Myers, I've Saw, you've Billy the Puppet, fucking Joker, the Lamb Chop, fucking Mad Dog Manning, Mad Manning, Main Event Manning, and the list goes on. And next, we'll see what it could be called. If you have an idea for me, I'll take that too. But I'll take any name on board. I like to change from name to name to name.
Brian, Oktagon absolutely provide lads with an opportunity to stand out. Exactly what you're saying there. We've seen Fleury and a number of other fighters coming out, you know, where they've chains on them, where they've collars, they've got, they're coming out in prison uniforms, they've masks. This is all stuff that you are very familiar with. So, like, my question to you is, in a promotion where the opportunity is there to stand out, and other lads are trying to stand out with their walkouts, how do you top that? I know you've done some phenomenal ones already. But how do you top
Easy work. I'm going to top it Saturday, the 31st of January. That's when I'm going to top it. The shit I'm going to do, but no one has thought of doing before. I can guarantee you that.
You've got something special planned.
Something very special.
Right, we'll have to tune in. Well, look, let's talk about the fight. Daniel Schwindt, he's 8-4. Experienced fighter, 12 pro fights. He went on a good run in Oktagon. I know he's coming off a loss his last one, but as you mentioned earlier on, he's got the win over Radovan Uskert and Mark Bartle. What are you expecting from him when the cage door closes on Saturday night in Stuttgart?
I'm expecting him to come forward and try swing and be nervous and just swing wild. Not really, nothing technical behind it. But if he tries to do that, he'd gas himself out. And I'll weather the storm, like I always do. And ping him on the way in. Then once I get him in the back foot, I'll start picking him apart. So everyone starts strong, but as it goes on, as you weather the storm, it'll change. And I'll change his face. So, yeah.
What do you feel like your biggest strength is going into this fight?
This is my biggest strength. My right hand. And my right hand's after getting fucking monstrous, man. The power I'm possessing now is crazy in the gym. You see me hitting pads. Crazy stuff. I'm like a bigger version of Taporia. So I think when I ping him with the right hand, overhand right, even uppercuts, my uppercuts got mad. Anything to do with the right hand. And my jab will break his nose too. And those pro gloves, it doesn't take much, you know. But that's my biggest weapon, my right hand. And I've power in every punch, do you get me? I'm not like a Wilder who was swinging one punch. And people forget, man. People forget that fucking I can wrestle and I can grapple. You see my amateur career, you know? So if he wants to shoot and stuff and all that, he'll have a hard time getting me down. He wants to grapple, we can grapple, but I'm going to take his head off, man.
Yeah, no, I remember Senan Coakley was on a great run, and you used it.
When did it?
Good effect there in the amateur days.
And look what he's doing now. Look what he's looked at.
Brilliant. Yeah,
He's unbelievable. He's
absolutely.
unbelievable. So and Jess Paul was another great fucking fighter, like, and I thought all the best at fucking at amateur.
Yeah, I don't think you'll take offense to this at all. You were a decision machine at amateur, and now since
Decision machine.
but since turning pro, finishes galore, 100% finish record.
I'm a KO machine now.
All but one fight has ended in the first round.
Yeah.
So when you're coming in here now on Saturday night against Daniel Schwindt, I know, like, if I think I know you, as a fighter, you're going in here to put his lights out. You're going in here to get the finish. However,
that's my one o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. Is it finish or bust for you? Because it's a big opportunity here. Your debut at Oktagon, and a win alone is brilliant.
Yeah.
But will you be?
Well, a win alone is brilliant, but that won't satisfy me. Finish has to be finished, has to be knockout. A rear naked choke don't even satisfy me. A fucking armbar doesn't satisfy me. A leg lock. They're shit ways to end fights. You have to fucking separate him from his consciousness. You have to knock him out. TKO, KO, whatever. Even when I choked out Sean in that last fight, right, in the fight, couple of fights ago, like, I was like, fuck, man, I should have flattened him out and got a TKO. I want all my resume, KO, 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 KO. That's all I want. I don't want fucking submissions. I don't want that. I just want to knock fellas out. And that's my plan with Daniel Schwindt, the first round KO.
Well, look, if that doesn't get people excited, I don't know what will.
Yeah, and as well, the walkout is going to be something unbelievable. No, I'll be honest, I'll give a little hint. There's something similar from before, but I have a lot of things added where it's just going to stand out. And like, as I said before, all these walkouts you've seen, the Irish region has seen, but this is now on a world stage, and there's going to be a lot more eyes in there. They're going to be like, what the fuck, this crazy man up there. And then I'm going to go in and knock it, ball his head off, old egghead, and then get in the mic and call out the whole fucking roster, call out the whole middleweight division straight into the top 10. That's my plan.
Brian, I was gonna just basically wrap up and thank you here, but the walkout as well, like Oktagon, the crowds that they pull are unbelievable.
15,000, brother. 15,000.
You must be really excited, like, to bring.
I'm buzzing.
Like,
do you know what I'm like? Sorry. Do you know what I'm like? I'm genuinely like a child at Christmas. Genuinely. Yeah. I cannot wait for this, man. I cannot wait. What were you going to say to me there? You want to ask me something?
No, you've answered already, so you're all good. But look, we can't wait either. This coming Saturday, 31st of January on Oktagon. You can watch it on Oktagon TV. Brian Manning, Mad Dog Manning.
Mayor, did you have another?
27 nicknames.
Ian was saying there, did you have another name lined up for me or something?
We had the Mad Dog, but if you were looking to change it up, we might have to go back and go up.
It'd be Mayhem Man.
John, boys, get another one up there. Because I'll use any name. Mad Dog Manning is actually a good name. Someone before named me Mad Manning. And I like that as well, Mad Manning. Now, there's a good ring to it. Mad Dog Manning. Yeah. Big Dog Manning. You can just... Let's go on, by. Let's go on.
Mad Dog sounds better because it's got the 2 syllables for both words.
Yeah, true.
But listen, the last thing I'll leave you with, Brian. I don't know if you're aware. I don't know if you listen to podcasts, but we do a draft each year. And so basically, the draft is who you think are the best fighters for this coming year. And we each select them onto our teams. And let me tell you, Brian, congratulations, because you're on Team Stevenson. The other 2 lads were like, Brian hasn't heard. And I said, listen, he's got to be on my team. So welcome to Team Stevenson, and I'm looking forward to getting the team off to a good start now.
So I'm on your team.
You're on my team. Don't mind
Yeah. Sorry, boys.
All the best, Brian.
Nice,
boys, appreciate it. Appreciate the chat. Tune in next week. Do not miss it.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
Good luck, boys. Good luck.
All right, lads. The moment that we've all been waiting for. It's draft time. Let's get into it then. There's 2 things. There's a couple of things that we need to do housekeeping wise first, right? So first of all, we all got to announce our keeper.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. All right, who wants to go first?
Caoilte.
I'll stick with Alex Keogh.
Oh, fuck, hang on. I'm after losing my team here. I had it here. Ian, you're going to go ahead of me.
Oh gosh, my team is just so good. It's hard to know who to pick, but I think I'm going to go with a double mantle. I would say keeper and team captain. I'll have to go for Oktagon double champion Will Flory. I think
that's a great pick, to be fair. And you know what? I respect the loyalty. You know, he delivered for you last year. He's getting the boost up to captain.
And that's saying a lot.
He's from management right there.
He's from Tipperary too, so it's like a little bit bittersweet for a Kilkenny man here too to be having to rely on a Tipperary man. But we're down there. We're in the same neck of the woods. I know Will pull through again in 2026, and I think that was it was a tough one, but I think that's what I'll go for anyway.
I've a very tough choice here now. I'm gonna go in between two minds here. I'm gonna go with. Do you know what? I'm gonna go with a man who had a brilliant 2025, but maybe more of an under the radar one. And I feel like he's gonna be in the spotlight and he's gonna get some big opportunities this year. And that's Omran Shaban. He's gonna be my keeper. I want to pick Solomon Simon too, but tough fight in his hands. I think he can do it, but I'm hedging my bets here. I'm hedging my bets.
Bold Stevenson, but I understand it. Okay, so all of our keepers. Oh no, Caoilte, you picked Alex Keogh. I'm Will Flory. Andy is Omran Shaban. Now we got to decide who goes first, second, and third. Obviously, a couple of big names there in the draft this year. It's open-ended season. Nobody is held back. We held back the likes of Ian Gary and Paul Hughes and everyone last year. They are available now. They are free agents going into the 2026 Auld Triangle draft. And we just need to figure out what are we going to do here to figure out who's first.
I think to level the playing field out, just to give the poor sod that lost last year a go, should be allowed to go first, personally. Well, try to make it interesting.
What you're saying is your opinion is that you should go first.
Yes.
What you just said.
So your opinion,
okay.
So my opinion of your opinion, Caoilte, would be that we're going to be rewarding failure here. Is that what we're doing here? Is it?
No,
did the champion not get first dibs on?
Oh yeah, you more than likely should, but I'm just trying to angle it as though we're leveling the playing field to make it a bit more interesting. What are you thinking, Andy?
Here's what we're gonna do, right? Okay. This is gonna be so long-winded. I'm gonna ask a trivia question about Irish MMA to you two, and that'll decide who is above or below between yous, and then you'll do it for me and Caoilte, and then Caoilte will do it for me and you, and then at that point we'll probably be in a stalemate, but we're gonna go with it anyway because we just need to move this along. Right. The question is, hang on.
Is there a way that we can just do a generator on something that...
Yeah, there probably is, to be fair. I mean, do you trust me? And I'll just do one.
Okay, go on. Yeah, I trust you.
Random generator. Hang on. We're going to put this in. I can probably... can we share the screen so that the old...
Probably could. I could just take off the graphic there really quickly.
Yeah, hang on. All right. This is it now. We want to get rid of this. And we want to share my screen. How do we do that? Share. This is great, lads, isn't it?
This is production at its finest.
And we're going to go this screen here. Wheel of names. The wheel of names. All right, we got the wheel of names. And we've got Andy. We've got Caoilte. Almost spelled your name wrong. And we've got Ian. Right. So whoever it lands on is going to be third.
Yes. I agree.
And the next one will be second. Are we ready?
Okay.
Click to spin. So this is for third place.
Absolutely.
Third place is... Oh, stop.
Go on.
No,
Yes.
No. That was actually for first place. Okay. Andy is third place. Right. So I'll go third.
Drama.
Okay, we're going again. The wheel is spinning for you audio listeners out there. Who do you want to win?
Stop.
I hate this so much. Caoilte is second.
Dreadful.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Ian is first. I think you can actually hear the audio there, which is brilliant. Okay, right.
Yep.
We're back. We're
massive
back.
round of
Ian
applause
first,
here.
Caoilte second, Andy third.
Okay.
And then we'll then snake around, right? So then I'll go.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, let me put this graphic back on. Is it
While
on?
you're doing that, what I was going to ask you was what month did Paddy Houlihan make his professional debut in?
Well,
Do you understand that?
Jesus Christ. I'm going to say October.
Caoilte?
Oh, I have no clue, man. I was very young at that time. Let's go July or something.
I don't think there wasn't. Caoilte won 28th of July 2007.
I
beat Shane Bain.
Yeah, he won, but he didn't win. Right, first for me, obviously. It's I gotta go with my guy Ian Gary. Like, I mean, same name. It has to happen. He's right up there at the top of the welterweight division. Will he fight for the title? Won't he fight for the title? I mean, if he does, he's got a damn good chance if he's going to be on Team O'Neill, given our success last year. So
yeah, so that's two SPG fighters you have there now, is it?
No, actually, Ian is
SPG Ireland these days.
Ian is a nomad fighter, so he actually is not represented by any gyms.
Well, but we're an Irish MMA podcast. This is an Irish MMA draft. So he has to be allocated. Like, you have to have an affiliate to a gym in Ireland. No,
I don't think so. Which makes the number one pick so special. I was hoping that I could finish number one, so I could actually just pull this out, pull this kind of stat out. Like, he's not really affiliated to any gym, which means, you know what I mean. Well done, Ian O'Neill. I've done it again.
His last affiliation.
Yeah.
So I think that counts as one. Top.
Ian Machado Gary.
Okay, Ian Machado Gary for Ian. Right. Quick, remind me, I'm keeping track here. Who was your keeper, did you say?
Alex Keogh. So that's SBG Nace.
Right.
And I'm going to go with Paul Hughes. Big year coming up this year, and that's my FAI pick gone.
This is bullshit, to be honest with you.
It's your idea.
Your idea.
Yeah, well, I wanted to get the first or second pick. Right. Yous have gone with those two. Okay. I am going to go with... Need to think tactically here now. Who am I going to go with? I'm going to go Paddy McCarry.
Move over. A bit of a downgrade from Team O'Neill to Team Stevenson, but
don't worry, I'll treat you right, Paddy.
I still love you, Paddy.
Okay, oh shit, I'm up again. Right. Okay, so I've got Amran.
You're up again.
Yeah, because it goes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're doing the same person.
So
yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna go Kaya O'Sullivan.
I'll stick with the CMAC trend, and I'm going to go for Keith Keogh.
Keith Keogh for Caoilte, the first CMAC. Okay. Never liked him.
I'll triangle the year winner.
Ian, up next.
I'm going to go. I have two picks now, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay, two picks. Okay. I'm going to go with Conor McCarthy.
Okay.
Back on Team O'Neill. And you know what? I'm going to go like my team last year. Don't worry about. I'm going to go with Sean O'Bannon, fresh off a new contract. Coming on in here.
Sickener. I was literally just about to do it.
I thought you were going to pick her, Caoilte. I'm like, I was surprised you didn't. So
okay, yeah. Ian has two. One
SPG,
one shoot a box, SPG Nace, and Hula Martial Arts.
All right, I'm going to go. So I'm going to pull a fast one, like you lads did last year, and SPG Charlestown's Max Lally.
Yeah.
There's no need for that now. Okay. All right. See, the real lack of preparation is screwing me here because I'm terrible at remembering who.
I just opened up every gym and Tapology and have it in front of me, Andy.
Right. I'm gonna go with you've picked Will Fleury. Damn you. All right, who do I want? I'm gonna go with Dara Kelly.
Oh, I
From
was
SBG
going
Ireland.
to go with him next.
Great shout.
I was going to go with him next.
Go with Derek.
Literally was on the tip of my tongue.
I think
Good
there's
shout there.
coming for Dara Kelly this year.
Yeah, good shout.
You've another pick now.
Oh, I have another pick. Sorry, and sorry, you went Max Lally, and who was the other one?
My one before.
Yeah.
Paul Hughes.
No, you went Paul Hughes.
Oh, sorry. Before that, Keith Gill.
Okay, Grant. Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Oh, yes. You don't have to. That's fine. Okay. I am gonna go with opening up the gyms here, trying to pick someone. Oh, no, I'll wait on that pick. Sorry, lads. I'm just having a little look around here. So there's a lot of choice. There
is a lot of choice.
There
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Dare I say too much choice?
There's
I'm
amateurs.
gonna go. Do I go FAI again? Oh, do you know what? I am gonna go FAI, and I'm gonna pick John Mitchell.
Very, very good.
Very good. He'll be sorely missed from my team. So I will go Team Rhino.
Well,
and
did Andy pick two there or one?
he did, didn't he?
I picked two. I went Dara Kelly and John Mitchell. So I can't pick anyone else from FAI. I've got Paddy McCurry and John Mitchell.
Yeah.
Which can't pick any. I feel like he shouldn't be. So you're saying that Lally is Charlestown as far as you're concerned? Okay, fair enough.
No, it's just we had this. I made the argument last year, and I was like, hold on now. So if they train in two gyms, that takes up my pick for one gym, one for the other.
That's fair enough. Right. So you if you choose which one it is, though, do you? So you're saying that's your Charlestown pick?
That's my Charlestown pick, and then Alex Keogh is my ace pick. So I'm going to go for Team Rhinos, Adam Darby.
That's a good pick. Great pick.
Yeah.
So none of us have gone amateur yet, have we?
No. So it's up to me. Yeah, that's the thing about it is here is that there's a lot to pick from.
There's just too many almost. Dare I say too?
Yeah.
Spoiled for choice.
Fuck.
For my amateur fighter, I'm gonna go with okay, no, for my professional fighter, I'm gonna go with Team Rhinos, Jer Harris.
Ooh, Jer Harris. That's a big pick. Good pick. Okay, so you've got another one there, don't you?
Yeah. I need to think a little bit more about my amateur here.
I know Andy's amateur.
The difficulty, we should probably make this a decent podcasting experience too for everyone listening.
Yeah.
So the difficulty is a lot of the amateurs that we would have been very familiar with who have been looking brilliant, they've all gone pro now.
That's the thing.
Like in the last 12 months or 6 to 12 months even, there's so many of them have gone pro that it's like, oh, every day you're seeing someone else pop up for a...
Hold on now. Is someone who's not scheduled to go, let's say we have an idea that they're going pro. Or not
If they haven't fought pro yet.
If they haven't fought pro yet. No, it is. I had Kaya O'Sullivan last year, who did start as amateur and finished as a professional.
But she wasn't matched for a pro fight.
No, she wasn't. No.
Like Sen and Caoilte, who has a fight coming up on Cage Conflict. You can't pick him or Omas Oliver or Keith McCartney or you know.
So my next pick will be Damien McGuigan.
That's a great pick.
Great pick.
It's a great pick, Ian. That's a great pick.
So I am going to go for. Oh, I'm between two here. I'm going to go for Emer Darcy. Yeah.
Good pick. Rebound year.
That's it. I can't remember the gym for the life of me though right now.
Tough year for Emer Darcy last year, but I think if she can put these things together, like it's a good path for her there. Emer Darcy, right? Emer Darcy for Caoilte from Compound Martial Arts. Shout out Compound Martial Arts over in the Blanchardstown area, I believe, or I'll probably get a message to say that that's wrong. So John Mitchell, I said John Mitchell was FAI, but he's actually based in Dubai.
Did he not represent FAI in his last fight though? So that
I don't think he is. He not based in Dubai?
I think he represented FAI last.
Did he?
I don't
know if he did.
I think.
Let's get the pictures up now and see if he's after.
I think he's Dubai, isn't he? So
you're chancing around.
Because I was going to pick. No, though I don't know if I should. Okay, I fucked it basically. I wanted to pick Reese McKee. I picked two FAI, but Reese is Reese still next gen?
Come on, Stevenson now.
What? Okay, all right, chill out, lads, chill out. Right, do you know what? Seeing as the two fucking can't remember the word, to be honest with you, but is what I'm saying. And I'm going to go with Jody the Beast McCarthy as my amateur.
Very good.
Great shout.
Jody the Beast McCarthy.
Very good. Very good pick.
From MMA Cork. Up to Cork. Up Elite FC. They have a show coming up on the 7th of February also. Okay. I've got another one now, don't I? Okay, right. So my other one. So I've gone one Team KF, one FAI. Sorry, two FAI, one CMAC, one SPG Ireland, and an MMA Cork. So I haven't gone Rhino yet, have I not? Who we got Rhino? Let's have a little look-see. Let's have a little look-see for Team Rhino.
Yeah.
Oh, lads, you silly billies. You little silly billies. I was conflicted at the start of this draft, but I didn't need to be because Solomon Simon is right back on my team.
Yeah, I was holding. I thought you were pouring cold water on him there. I was going to hold off. I think you would be actually my next pick.
Cold water me whole. I was just trying to give me some reason. Give me some reason. I wanted both the boys on. Solomon King Simon, the man who's going to be the king of the Cage Warriors featherweight division. So Solomon King, and that's Team Rhino Waterford, which means I've got two more Team Rhino regular picks on the way. Great stuff, right? Caoilte, you're up.
So we're back to we're doing two of Jim now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, hang on. I've missed.
Perfect. Hold on now, Andy.
Have I picked two more than both of you? That can't make sense.
How many do I have right now? 1, 2,
You've 6
3, 4,
according
5,
to my
6.
thing here.
Yeah.
But
now it goes back to Caoilte to pick one, and then I pick 2. Is it?
Am I just going to end up with less picks?
Wait, but I have 8 picks though. How do I have 8? No, I don't have 7 picks. Sorry, I have 7 picks. Ignore.
Okay.
Carry on.
So it's two allowance of 2 per gym, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Ben Mahon of SPG Charlestown for my amateur.
Oh, yeah.
Fumbled, boys. You fumbled.
That's your amateur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. That's perfect. That's music to my ears because I think you boys really, really fumbled the bag when it comes to amateur. I'm going to knock your socks off here when you make this is a typical Team O'Neill pick here, like from out of nowhere. Where's Jim Ross when you need him to kind of blow this up? By God, my amateur that I'm picking is Senan Coakley.
He's not an
booked for a
amateur.
professional
He's booked
fight.
for a professional fight.
We just went through the scene. Just went through. I love it.
Oh,
We even said it. I said it like,
We literally
he
said
booked?
his name.
where's he
I was
booked?
like, I actually
Booked for
used him
conflict.
as the example.
I
that you
was,
couldn't
oh,
pick.
yeah, I wasn't listening. All right.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh,
That's
no.
great. We'll be
Okay.
clipping that part up.
Square one in.
By God.
Good pick, though. I mean, to be honest, not a bad show for a pro to pick.
So close. You know what? I have 2 picks. So Senan, you're in as my pro.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
Boom. Senan is in. And my amateur, I'm gonna go Jake Nye.
Very good pick.
Is he,
Very
yeah,
true.
he's an amateur, isn't he?
He's still Yeah, he's amateur.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Yeah. Jake Nice, C-Mac, fair play.
I like Jake Nye. Will should have stolen him on me last year, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh.
See, tactical stuff.
Ian has 2 picks left, and he has to choose an amateur with one of them.
No.
Oh, he just
Oh.
picked his amateur.
Oh.
You not listening, Andy?
Do you remember when I was just like, we just said about like 2 minutes ago, and now it's flipped. It's Uno reversed right onto me. That's embarrassing.
Straight carry on.
Anyway.
Over to me.
Over to you, Caoilte.
All right. So, I'm at a tough one here. Actually, no, I'm not. I am going to go for, look, I had a tough end to the year, but I believe he can pull it back and have a very strong year in 2026. Umar Tugarev. Team
Good
KF.
pick. Good pick.
I feel like the title run begins now that he's on Team Caoilte.
Good pick. See, the thing is, and just for if anyone's listening there and they're like, well, why wasn't I picked? It also, like, I picked Damien McGuigan last year, and looking back, it was a bad pick because even though he looked phenomenal in his fight, he only fought once, and it was on like a local show. You know, no disrespect to Cage Conflict, but it's not like he's not winning a Cage Warriors title or fighting in the UFC or something. So you kind of have to factor, like, this year. I think which one of you got him this year? Ian.
Well, that's why I wanted to pick him, because he only had one.
Yeah.
I can see him fighting 3 or 4 times this year.
I think that's a great pick
And
for that reason.
I'm looking at it in terms of activity as well.
Yeah. And you have to feel like, well, what opportunities are they going to get?
Yeah, and looking ahead, like, I mean, going back, I mean, we could probably talk our teams through. Like, Will Fleury's a double champion. Ian Machado, Gary could become welterweight champion. Conor McCarthy is going to fight 2-3 times en route to maybe a title shot as well. Sean O'Bannon just signed a new 4-fight deal with the UFC and is looking to bounce back there as well. Jer Harris is close. McGuigan's going to fight. I'm absolutely ecstatic at my team so far, to be honest.
It's good stuff.
I do get what you're saying though. Like, I'm looking at a load of fighters here that I'd love to pick, but we had to whittle it down to 10.
Yeah.
And we have to kind of pick it tactically as well.
It is tough. Right. It's my pick now, is it? Again, I'm terrible at record keeping here. Caoilte, you went for who just now?
In my last pick?
Yeah, who did you go?
Umar Tugarev.
Omar Tugarev now. You can't even pronounce his name, for fuck's sake, and you get him on your team. This is bullshit. Team KF. I'm going to stick with Team KF, and I'm going to go with a man who I believe will be in the UFC this year, and that's Leon Hill. Leon, the
Very
professional Hill.
Very good. Yeah.
Does he win the title first or not is the question.
I don't think he even fights for the title.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he even fights for the title. Leon Hill. Right, and I've got another pick. Right, okay, I have another pick. So I've got 2 teams.
It's your final pick now, isn't it?
No, I'm on my 9th pick now. Are we doing 10 total?
10.
Yeah.
Right, I'm on my 9th pick. And we need to hurry this up. Neil Siri. No, I'm going to go with... sorry, lads, I'm trying to hurry up here. I'm going to go with... Do you know what? I'm going to go with the man that we just interviewed, MMA Cork's Brian Manning. I think he's going to take Oktagon by storm. Brian Manning, you're on the team.
Phenomenal pick.
Well. Back to me.
Back to you.
You boys have, I feel like you've slipped up. There's a very prominent name who's just had such a strong year fighting out of SBG Ireland, Nikolai Grozdev. I feel like he's going to be in the UFC in no time.
Oh, that's a great fucking shout.
You fumble, boys.
How many picks do I have left now? Do I have 2 picks left?
You have 2 picks left. No, you're on your. Yeah, you have 2 picks because it's going to you and then it wraps around. Fuck, that's a good. How did he? Yeah, that's a big miss.
I'm going to go with a guy that I wanted to have on my team last year, but somebody else took him. And I'm going to go with my guy, Dom Norcus.
Oh, good
Very
pick.
nice.
Good
Very
pick.
nice. Bounce back from that, his first loss. Imagine he's going to be active as he always has been.
And I have one last pick, and I'm going to. God. Need to check something here really quick.
And it's just the one amateur, right? We just to revert back
Just
really
the one,
quickly. Yeah. So
I mean, I went with 2 women on my team, but apparently you hate women, both of you. So
the accusations being flown
on
out
the
Andy
wall.
here today.
well, who's counting?
So who else can we go for?
I have. I just needed to confirm this. I have a great pick too. And fair play if your pick is going to be better than mine, Andy. My last pick on Team O'Neill from SBG Ireland.
No, please don't say this.
I know who it's going to be.
Kieran Clark, baby.
No!
Yes.
I thought you fuck. I was like, how have none of us thought of him? Because
I was thinking of him. He was my rabbit in a hat here.
Fuck you, Ian.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Pull
He's
that
back
out
this
the
year. He's back.
Oh.
I'm so happy with that. Fists are flying here. Fists are flying.
Great pick. And you know what? Is he still 10-0? I feel he's
Still
10-0 for about 5 years.
10-0. Yeah.
Great pick. Great pick. There's a few that are on my mind, and I don't mind saying them out loud. I'd be looking towards Owen Sheridan, but I don't know. I'd be looking at a few others.
It's not your pick yet, though, is it? Or the Caoilte pick?
No, Andy's giving me a load of ideas.
Yeah, he's giving him a
How many SPG Ireland do you have there, Andy?
Hang on.
Just, it might make you feel a little better, but do you know what? Andy has basically picked for me. The Sheriff. Welcome to Team Caoilte.
Great. Yeah. How original. How original.
No. I have to pick him.
SPG Ireland. Okay, so you
see the video recently with the leg kicks? Had some boy.
Okay, so last pick of the draft, but by no means, the last but not least. I'm gonna have to choose someone now, haven't I? So I have a jurisdiction rule in here that we need to check. Which gym does Caolan Loughran represent?
FAI.
FAI.
All day. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah,
Cowbell.
recently.
He's over at FAI for sure.
Grundy.
Yeah.
Whatever that gym is. 4 corners.
I'll do you a favor here if you want. Does he do a bit of training over with Tiernan? Yeah.
With who?
No.
Does he do a bit of training with Tiernan?
I have a message here from Caolan Loughran, the man himself.
One second. No,
he says
he's off the record now.
He's very excited that he was joining an FAI and he's training there and all him, so I can't allow it.
No.
You know who I'm going to go for? The man I'm going to go for, he had a brilliant year on the regional scene. He is an undefeated professional. He went 2-0 last year, both finishes. He got a submission and he got a TKO. And he is the reigning, defending Gladiatora featherweight champion of the world, Jack Hoare.
Great
Jack
pick.
Hoare,
Great
Jack
pick.
Hoare, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom.
Welcome to the
That's
team.
it.
What a draft, boys. What a draft. I'm sure it was riveting for everyone.
Yeah.
Tell us who won. You know, I will say, lads, I said in the last podcast, yeah, maybe like, you know, give us some ideas or, you know, a bit of interaction with the podcast from the listeners. We may have no listeners because not a single person. So
That's all right.
if you're listening, if you're out there, if anyone is listening to us right now, please.
We're having fun.
Please
That's
tell us
all.
who won.
We've
We've had our fun. So look, great drafts.
Great draft. I'm happy with my
post
team now.
we will post it on Instagram. Very well done, lads. I think we're all happy with our teams here. I'm very happy. We'll post up all the pics on Instagram. And you know,
no one's gone for a virtual handshake with me now. Is it?
I think the only thing left for us to do for episode 97 of the Auld Triangle is for Caoilte to see us out.
Gur míle maithagah agus slán go fóill.